Good morning, everyone. Oh, hang on. Computer, stop stream. So, this morning, I was listening to a horrible song on the radio, and so I've been trying to wash it out of my head. Okay, so I hate when this happens. I was in the shower this morning. I didn't fall or anything. But I've been thinking over this scene that we're working on right now, and I think I have a better rig for it. So I need to go back and kind of look at the texts and see what we're at on this one, because I feel like I might need to redo the scene a little. I'll tell you why. So, um, we have a scene here, and the scene plays out pretty much like this. Here's how the scene plays out in the comic right now. We have talking on the bridge. Better spec, Sergeant. This is our Gunny, right? Gunny here. Let me zoom in. Gunny here is explaining that moment is not in the place that it's supposed to be. That the records show that it's supposed to be here, and now it's over here, right? And then he says that, and then once again the captain is like, so this is not a calculation error that you made, is it? And no, I've double checked everything. This is no way we are in our correct spot. Moment's not. And then it's, how in the world can a planet possibly be not where it's supposed to be, right? That's the sort of the gist of this entire scene, right? But then we move to the next page. I gotta clear this guy. Hang on. We move to this page, and oh, that's not good. Omicron Percy 3. Anyway, so we get to this page, and we pretty much have her say to Bennett, hey, how far is this? How far is the planet from where we are right now? Bennett says, it'll only take us, 26 hours in real space to get there, but we could do it in 3 because we'll be time dilated and we have enough budget. And yeah. And I really wanted to show budget, right? Because that's an important part of Bellatrix Rising, is that they have to budget their time dilation in real space. It's an important thing, but I got kind of blinded by this. And what really is a problem here isn't these pages. It's way back here at the very end on page 34, which is really 32, because of course it counts. Crunch, 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 crunch. Here go the numbers. This page here, where we have the doctor talking and says, well, I've identified I had Ensign Navano come on down here and Ensign Escalando come down here and identify it. I really need to change Escalando. That's too much of a mouthful. Navin's fine, but I can't even remember his last name ever. Anyway, he says, came down here and identified it as English. And what I feel like this scene is tell not show. See, Kammen's not that much of a mouthful, though. Oh, you're saying Ensign Kammen? Call him Ensign Kammen? You want to be the ship's AI? Although Kammen isn't a mouthful, it is pretty smooth. It's got a pretty smooth rhythm to it. And the original character that was based off of was a character that was another person who was a person who watched or who read Tamerlane, who was writing about something else. So anyway, I've gotten off track. So the long and the short of it is here, I'm feeling like we have violated the show don't tell rule, right? He's just sitting there going, blah, blah, blah. blah, blah, blah. And, and here's the most important part of this story. Here is the crux of this. This is the cliffhanger. And he goes, here's the cliffhanger, right? Originally, when I wrote this scene, Navin was in the room and chuckling because she was saying things to him that he understood because he's the only one that can access speaking Old English, right? And so he auto translates and doesn't realize it. So originally he's like, what, you guys can't understand her? She's speaking clearly to me. Oh, looking into it now, oh, I get it. I'm sorry. She's speaking ancient English from 21st century, da 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 da. And that was originally how this was laid out. Well, I pulled it out. Oh, Cayman. Oh, yeah. Ensign Cayman. Oh, I'm actually going to write that down because I'm not opposed. I'm going to write that down, except George got to my pen. Okay. Then it sounds kind of also like Can, right? I like that. I'm going with that one better because that one's better because Escalando is just too. I never remembered it. Anyway, okay. I feel like, first of all, I always find my last name to be a weird thing. Like, people talking in my last name is always a strange thing, and I've never figured that out. And I feel very Mary Sue putting me into the system in anything short of tongue in cheek. If I was the great bird of the galaxy, that's tongue in cheek. I'd go with that. That'd be funny. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It feels like it'd be very tongue in cheek. Anyway, okay. So I think we need to do a hang on real quick. Just checking to make sure that was Brian. So here's what's going on with the story that I'm having a problem with. First of all, the scene there, that it's 2 pages dedicated to tech, tell the part of the story that's important so that everybody understands what's going on. Literally no script is written for that. There's no words written into there yet. I was going to go back and do that because we've been doing this by the seat of our pants, right? And so, but I'm looking at this page and going, really, we need Ensign Cayman. I like that, Cayman. Ensign Cayman in here to translate. So that's what I'm thinking needs to happen on this page. Is we now need to bring Cayman in and have him say, have her go, Ensign Cayman, please transfer to the bridge. And he goes, and then she says, here, Ensign, what's the ship's status? And he looks off into the distance, goes, port side engine nacelle is back up to 92%. Starboard side engine nacelle is at 96%. We should be space capable in the next 12 minutes. Because that would also give us a little bit of a, hey, when they come out of in space, there's a little bit of shock that the ship goes through while it transfers stuff around and moves things to the right position, and the engine nacelles have to fold back up and the wingtips have to extend and yada yada yada. There's like pieces, parts, like showing that a ship has to transfer back and forth between in space. So what I think I'm going to do, because I haven't really figured out what to do with this panel at all, is I think what I want to do is move this panel here and then have a decision-making process. Like, Right. Well, except that was what we were discussing last night that you weren't part of the discussion of. Um, in order for moment to be realistic, it's only got to be. I mean, if it traveled 5 days into the future, let's say, that's only 10.4 million kilometers. That's 35 light seconds. It's not worth going into in space. That's not even a troll at in normal space. That's like an hour in normal space. So part of the problem is, and that won't even cause dilation. That's an hour at like 0.3 salinity. And so it's not really worth it. Because she can troll the ship, and the ship can donkey it over there. So we can use at least throw the ball, which is a technique, that's the in normal space. But when I was originally doing this, I was doing they've got to be, far enough away, but I keep forgetting how big outer system is and how small inner system is. Inner system, the planet doesn't even, our planet only travels 16 light minutes across from the sun. From this side to this side is only 16 light minutes, right? Because it's 8 light minutes this way and 8 light minutes that way. So it's only 16 light minutes. At 0.25 salinity, you can cross 16 light minutes do the math. It's 16 times 4, right? So, at that speed, you're talking about an hour. And that's at a quarter speed of light. Time dilation at a quarter speed of light means it'll take an hour for the outside observer to watch you cross that area, and it will take about 45 minutes on board the ship. 48 minutes on board the ship. So you lost like 11 minutes ish. So it's not even really a lot off the budget. And I keep forgetting how small it is. Now, if you are traveling to Pluto, that becomes a much different thing, because that's a significantly larger area of distance. Out to Pluto is 120 hours, light hours. So, what I do think, though, is this. I think what should happen is she should summon Cayman. Cayman shows up here and says, "Good morning, Captain," because he's been asleep. And she says, "Good morning, Ensign. How did you rest?" "Yeah, I rested fine." "Okay, well, good." Um, or "Welcome back from your torpor," or whatever. And then she says, "What's our status?" And then he says, 26%, blah, 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 blah. And then she says something to the effect of, we need to enjoy the nap. Yeah. Something. She's got to say something. She says something to the effect of, let's see, you know what? Let's just add a layer on top of this, top of all of these. Let's just add a layer in here, and we'll write in red, right? So switch to felt tip 12, and we'll go over here and good morning, Skipper. Right, and morning, Ensign. How was the nap? The same as it ever was. Yeah. Ships status is green. Shows, something technical. 2% degradation over 6 light years. Something we should look into. Right? Shut down with no dreams of taking over the ships of the usual. I don't know how snarky he is on that one. It doesn't feel like he still feels like he's still kind of settling in on this. Very good. And yes, sir, I have. I checked Lieutenant Legends numbers 2. Okay, so this is the new ship AI. So he's eager and fluffy. Oh, and Lieutenant Legend and Sergeant Better Specs. So, yes, sir, I've checked Lieutenant Legend and Sergeant Better Specs numbers too. Honestly, there are no errors. I mean, we're all people, but the odds of all three of us, he just trails off. And then she says, "This is so weird." Configure for real space. There we go. No, actually, that's the wonderful thing. Did that yesterday. We did that. We're good. All I need to do is take the other, change his maps and stuff like that. It'll take 10 minutes. So instant configure for real space, throw the ball for 15 Gs to 0.25 C. At stop. I sir, throw the ball at 15 Gs to 0.25 C. Helm, take us to moment. There we go. He can look whatever whatever he wants. Right now, he looks like a. In fact, he could at some point in time look like that. That might be kind of cool. When you think about that rock group that I invented, it was kind of a thing. The rock group had that girl that was the lead singer, or was she? No, she was the drummer. I can't remember. It doesn't really matter. But she chose to be transparent with her heart going bookie, 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 bookie in the middle there. Configuring it that way. So, but I think at the moment he's going to look prim and proper because remember, he's green. So later he'll start to evolve. I think that's a great evolution for him, though. I think as time goes on, he'll assert more. But right now, he really wants to fit in. And this is a human ship. So he's going to look like a human as much as possible. So. Right. He starts to personalize later on. And we can actually make a point of that as part of the story. Oh, I like the scales there, Ensign. Thank you. I put them on this morning. I, I'm, well, are you going to turn into a complete lizard? I don't think so. Maybe a dinosaur, though. That'd be kind of fun. Roar! See? That'd be cool. Yeah, hard to thump down the hallway. Yeah. Well, it could be a raptor of some sort. I mean, you can have all kinds of fun stuff with that. I think that'd be entertainment. All right. No T-Rex arms. Dang it! Okay, so that only was a minor change to the scene, right? That didn't change much, and I think that did better. And we have to get rid of the budget, which is kind of a bummer. But But there's a couple of things that feel better about this. Yeah, oh yeah, we'll put it back in somewhere. It's going to be part of the. So here's the thing. I built this huge world and I did all of this cool technology and I did all this cool stuff and I want to show it all in the first issue. And it's really not necessary. We've got many issues. We've got a long time to go through all of this. So I can keep going and keep going and keep going in different ways. And I don't have to push it all through this one section. And I need to remember that. I need to keep that in mind. And I mean, we swapped a tech for a tech. We're talking about the donkey drive here when we're talking about throwing the ball. So it's, I mean, what the ball they're throwing is a black hole, and so they're projecting a black hole in front of the ship to fall towards it. That's one of the technologies, right? So they call it throwing the ball. And since they have gravity control, doesn't matter if they're pulling 15 or 20 Gs. That won't matter to anybody because they're falling. They're in free fall the entire time. So, that's a. Right. We'll have that somewhere. That's a great throwaway line. I'll write that down. That's actually probably a better place for that. Anyway, like sitting in the mess hall or like we keep talking about in the showers, Oh, you got a lot of sleep last night, so now you're all like full of ideas. Full of ideas and things. No, that's actually great. Okay. So going back to here, here's what we're going to do. Let's fix the pieces that need to be fixed. Right? Oh, we don't need shader presets anymore. So the question is, do we recook? Which way do we go from this? Because we have Navin. That's a texture fail. I don't care. Especially since it's not a piece that we have to worry about anymore. All right. So it's probably better for us to just reorganize the correct uniform for Navin. Or it could be a plot point. Sergeant Better Spec, Gunny, after a while, Gunny, it's good to have you aboard, but you're out of budget and we can't promise that you'll be able to hang out with us for that long, I'm sorry. All right. Here we go. Let's fix Navin the way he's supposed to be fixed. First of all, let's get rid of that, and that, because these really actually suck quite a bit. A bridge instead of the pockets, and delete that. That sounds like a great idea. All right. Probably a whole lot easier to just go the other direction and say figure more floater. Cancel. Navin. Figure more floater. We'll choose more file. Mail standard dress. Open. Accept. Okay. We should load the other one in here too. Figure more floater, because there will be a time when we will need it only takes a second to bring in the mesh dress as well. So accept. All right, now we'll take you, go to surfaces, Navin, work, legacy surfaces. Nope. Default templates. 1 is good, 2 is not. For right now, you know what we need to do? Open. Not that far back. All we need is you and you. Open, open. Right? Then we take you, and then we load something that has the correct colors, but not the pieces we're going to need, because we need this purple, because he's an engineering guy, right? So we're going to use that purple. We'll do this, and this, and this, and this. And we'll do this, and this, and this. No, not that. This. Hello, some user. I think it's the down to over. Some users in Europe. Cross the pond. Yep, that's what we're after. Cross the pond. Some user has done an awesome job of completely fixing a problem, because some user pointed out that Steam has Substance Painter for $150. And so, I'm going to pick up Substance Painter from Steam, and that will allow me to not, in fact, have to pay for pay for a subscription. I will happily pay $150 to own it forever. Now, I don't have a lot of faith that Adobe is going to do it right, like that it won't someday all of a sudden switch to a subscription program. However, I am eternally grateful to some user that for that one, because I was really like, so mad. I'm like, it does automatic unwrapping. This could take like hours off of this. Oh, it's so horrible. I was like all upset. And open and take Navin's face. So we've got his color. And go in here with this, and this. And here we'll do that and that. And then that should be good. We'll save as Navin, and we will say you are arms. Yeah, arms. Yes. Oh no, you're overriding. Yes, I know you. No, I'm just really pleased. Like that was really cool. So, and we will save as. Ooh, there might be devices, but there aren't right now. There we go. So that's Navin. But now, of course, we're going to have to do the thing where we dump and reload this, and I don't know why I did this to myself. That's okay. All right. Let's go ahead and do this, and we will go to Navin and parameters, constraints, no, general. It's because you're on the abdomen. Go to morphs, morph, standard dress is you. All of it's good heavens. Nested CSVs. Ooh, that's a thing. Unsure. Yeah, there we go. Quiet. There we go. Nested CSV. I don't know. Do you know, Brent? Because usually I just load CSV files straight into Excel and just end load them there. But if they're nested, I don't know what Excel would do. Excel would explode. It'd probably kill off Excel. It'd be a horrible thing. Find the context menu in the right top or corner of the tab. Okay. And select it and bring up the context menu. Control I. I'll be darned. Guess what I just found out, guys? I just asked Mr. Google. Did his torso not reload? Weird. Weird. Context. Is it you? No. Is it you? That's good because I'm having issues here. Clearly. Okay, but you didn't refresh all the images. I mean, hey, I'm glad to know that this is a thing. But now I'm kind of like, but yeah, I didn't. Oh well. Whatever. Oh, like a SQL database, but with CSVs, huh? So normally I would recommend Access for this. When you get to the point where you have more complex things than Excel can handle, I'd load everything into Access and then just run queries because then you can just use SQL, your standard SQL server. So just load all those CSVs as tables into Access, and then you can do cross branch queries on it, and you can just query across using SQL. Best part about Access is that you can even use like Access's internal GUI if you don't want to, accidentally hit drop table. Because do you have Microsoft 365? I mean, I hate the fact that we're paying $10 a month for, Word and everything, but at least now at the moment, Access is part of 365, so you should be able to do that. You don't. Okay. You could probably find an old version of Access, or because I was using Access in 2000. So since I know for a fact that we could find an older version of Access that's out there somewhere that would still do the same thing. You'd load all the CSVs as tables, give them all key numbers, tie them together so that they're all the same kind of universe sort of thing. And then that would be what I would think would be working. So anyway, that's my thought. Yeah, I know. All right. So I've got about 10 minutes left in the show for me. I don't know if Brian's going to come and pick up the show. He may not. There we go. That makes sense. So anyway, yep, I'm going to have to meet with my therapist. I'm very proud of this, you see, because we should be proud of keeping ourselves mentally healthy. Also, my therapist is an ADDer, which makes me extraordinarily happy because she has been telling me all kinds of things I didn't know about ADD. So, yeah, I agree with you. We probably shouldn't put it up online, but you get the idea. I don't know why it didn't reboot this particular one. There is a command called refresh images. Oh, you can set it for automatically refreshing images. That's kick butt. Hey, I'm going to do that so that Daz doesn't do the stupid thing all the time for me. All right. Okay, so Navin now exists, although his texture maps are screwed up. So I'm not sure whether I want to. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how much I want to actually, especially since this is his debut. Probably shouldn't be T-posed though. We're also going to do a thing with him where, well, you know what? At least we can do the part where he materializes. Because we'll just stick him here, like this, we'll go like this. And that's good enough that it won't matter as long as neither one of the other guys are near him when he does this. And then we'll go into wire texture shaded like that. Very strange that it, well, no, wait, no, it still didn't do it right. That's okay. And then instead of doing all of the normal things that I'm going to do, I'm going to hit Control, Command Shift S, to take a screenshot of this and then put it right here instead of this one. So we're going to grab here and then do this because he's going to just fade in. But I wanted to put the grid on because then he looks like he's being gritty when he comes in, and it falls in. So we'll start with grid, or we'll have grid or whatever. And that'll work. It's kind of a bummer because I like this actual this one, but you know what? We'll park her somewhere else, and then that'll be a useful thing some other time. All right, guys, I'm going to have to get going here in about 5 minutes. The good news is that my therapy session is online. So I just have to bow out of here. That's not a big deal. All right. Maybe I don't even want to do it. I want to do this with the line tool. No, not that kind of a line tool. Okay, guys. I was hoping that Can would show up in time for this, but he's not going to show up in time. And it's kind of a bummer because there's 4 of you guys here. And that's a pretty solid number of people. And it's kind of a bummer also because I don't think I've got another opportunity to work on this until Sunday night. But we'll be back Sunday night, which I believe will actually be Monday morning for you guys, or for you, some user. I think we're last through everything. So I'll see you. Regardless, I will see you all Sunday night Mountain Time at 10 o'clock Mountain Time on Sunday night. And then I will continue on with our trying to figure out how to make Navin look like he goes brrr and like appears. And so I don't know how we're going to do that. We'll figure it out. It should be cool. I think it'll be awesome. Maybe what we'll do is just trace the shell. Maybe that's a better idea. Maybe we'll trace the shell and come back in. Anyway, we'll go ahead and fix that. And I will talk to you guys later. Until then, have a good day. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.